It's a battle of two of the nation's top 10 boys lacrosse programs today on the DAF Media Network. This afternoon, the Friars of St. Anthony's take the trip up to Darien to take on the Blue Wave. And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Braden Shank joined alongside me, Cooper Puff. And Cooper, our annual rivalry between these two, Long Island and Darien. What do you think we're going to see here today?
Well, I definitely think we're going to see a great game today because St. Anthony comes in with a great roster. They have a lot of talent, especially with Owen.
Owen Duffy, big player for the Friars. I think you were alluding to the UNC commit. Who else should we be looking out for on this Friars team?
Michael Leo is definitely a huge attackman for them, and he will definitely impose.
Michael Leo, the four-star recruit to Syracuse, and a big thing that's going to be today is the weather we're going to see. And the last time these teams were here back in 2018, a hurricane almost we saw. You're taking a look now at a brief package from the last time they played in 2018. The Darien Blue Wave took that one by the final score of 11-10, but still the weather was just absolutely terrible in that one. And Cooper, how do you think in today's one the weather's going to play into it?
Well, when there's a lot of rain, the ball becomes a little slick, so we might see a lot of errant passes. You know, the shots might be a little high coming off the stick. So, you know, the teams are definitely going to have to progress with that.
And we're now going to pull up our graphic here. The forecast here, not looking good. We are kind of on that tail. Fairfield County, the green, the red, and the yellow coming on. So it's going to be an interesting one this afternoon. We're now going to send you down with the starting lineups.
Number 32, Owen Duffy. Number 7, Michael Leo. Number 28, Jack Ponzio. Number 17, Patrick Carragher. Number 11, Jackson Green. Number 35, Glenn Platania. Number 42, Colin Langton. Number 36, Kevin Kearns. At Fogo, number 23, Jordan Naso. And in goal, number 44, Will Snyder. And now the starting lineup for your Darien Blue Wave. On attack, number 3, Matt Minikis. Number 4, Porter Barnett. Number 99, Brady Picorni. At midfield, number 8, Joe Caesar. Number 18, Finn Picorni. Number 24, Christian Allegro. The long stick midi, number 77, Jeremiah Stafford. On defense, number 5, Mac McGarren. Number 12, David Ivanchik. Number 22, Brian Martin. And number 88, Jake Wilson. The Fogo, number 28, Ty Comiskey. And in goal, number 19, Cam Weibel. If you would all please rise and face the scoreboard for the playing of today's national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
And the teams are ready in this one. St. Anthony's entering play today with a 10-1 record. That's sole loss coming against the number 1 team in the nation, the St. John's out of D.C. They lost that game 11-5. It was actually on ESPN in their Geico showcase, but 10-1 for the Friars, and for the Darien Blue Wave, 10-2. Most recently, they took the trip to Greenwich and took on the Brunswick Bruins and lost that game by the final score of 12-10. Cooper, you watched that game. What do you think Darien needs to change from the Brunswick game coming into St. Anthony's today to try to pick up a win?
Well, I definitely think Darien will have to come out with a high intensity as they did we were down by 7 to lead off the first quarter, and, you know, they had to fight back the entire game, and time just ran out for them. So, you know, if they come out strong and they're able to score some quick goals, I think we'll be able to stay with St. Anthony's today.
That is really a big thing, how Darien gets started. We're now going to take a look at the starting lineups in this one. We're going to start first with the Darien Blue Wave and their starters this afternoon. On the attack, it's going to be your normal suspects: Midikis, Porter Barnett, Brady Picorni, all having a good game on Thursday against Brunswick. Then the midfield, Allegro, just a star he has been this season for Darien, 21 goals on the year. And then the defense rounding it out will be the senior goaltender, Cam Weibel, protecting the pipes. He's looking to replicate that second half he played against the Bruins. And now on the St. Anthony's side of things, just as much of a star-studded offense. Duffy, Leo, and Spidell on the attack. Moving over to the midfield, Green, Carragher, Panzio. And rounding it out on the defense, it will be their Fairfield commit, Will Snyder, in net for the Friars this afternoon as we are underway. Ty Comiskey taking the face-off for Darien Blue Wave. And St. Anthony's gaining possession. Here's Snyder now. St. Anthony's in their road black jerseys, moving from right to left on your screen. Darien in their home whites, left to right. Snyder's going to take it now into the attacking third. He's going to take it, passing it off. Whistle is going to be blown. I don't think I've ever seen that before, Cooper.
Yeah, you don't see much of the goalie going in, especially that deep over half.
Will Snyder, the second-year starter for head coach Weiserich, the three-star recruit off to Fairfield in the MAC Conference. 92 saves on the season for him, and he took out all the way on the attack. As now Darien on the retaliation. Here's Finn Picorni now off to Harvard. He's going to pass it off to Minikis. Matthew Minikis had an assist and a goal when the team took the trip to Wilton last weekend.
Darien definitely just taking their time setting up their offense. Don't want to rush any quick shots and create transition game.
Started tight by Kearns, and the shot is in. Matthew Minikis strikes first for the Blue Wave, and Darien goes up 1-0 in this one.
Yeah, Matthew Minikis is just great. When he gets that pick over the top and sweeps over the middle, he loves to finish that shot, and he almost always finishes.
Matthew Minikis, his 19th goal on the season, and Darien goes up 1-0. Cooper, how do you think that first goal really affects the momentum of any team?
Well, the first goal is always very important. You know, Darien definitely now has the momentum going into the next face-off win, and they should capitalize on that.
That was Comiskey and Naso on the face-off, won by St. Anthony's. Passing it off to number 28 and Ponzio. Moving it around, here's Spidell. Jack Spidell, the four-star recruit to Harvard. And what a talented player he is. Carragher now. Gonna get past Thurlow. Dodging, gonna retreat it. Pass over to Jackson Green. Green, another junior that will be attending Harvard in Two Falls. Passing it off down low, the shot, and scoring is number 7, Michael Leo.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see a lot of that today. Michael Leo almost averages 3 goals a game, 5 points, averages 5 points a game, so he's definitely a huge contributor to that St. Anthony's offense.
Michael Leo, goal number 34 for him on the season, the 4-star recruit to Syracuse, and we are tied at 1. And Cooper, what do you think Darien needs to do today to try to slow down that attacking duo of Michael Leo and Owen Duffy this afternoon?
Well, I think what's really important, Darien has to slow down the ball on offense. You know, take their time, hold longer possessions, and that will definitely help their defense. You know, get some rest because they do have a really powerful offense, and they will tire out that defense.
So the flag was thrown on that one. We're going to see our first man up on the afternoon.
Nasso was the one who got hit there, and he's hobbling off the field right now, taking his time.
Here's for Darien, number 2, Riley Strube will be in the box. So St. Anthony's will get his first shot at the man up. The rain starting to come down here, 54 degrees, 17-mile-per-hour winds from the north to the east here at Darien High School.
You know, Darien definitely doesn't want to get into penalty trouble here today. You know, they got to limit the penalties because this offense will most likely score on all these.
Green with the restart. St. Anthony's on the man up for the minute. They're going to pass it around. Owen Duffy touching it now. Right over to Green. Right back to Duffy. Great pass down low. Dodging and scoring is number 2, Jack Spidell. And the Friars go up 2-1.
Yeah, he was just wide open in front of the crease, got around his man, and it was an easy finish.
Jack Spidell, his 25th goal on the season, just a junior, the number 41 ranked player in the Inside Lacrosse class of 2023 rankings, and he is a star-studded attackman for the St. Anthony's Friars.
St. Anthony's goal by number 2, Jack Spidell.
2-1, our score. Still only a minute, or 2 minutes now into it as Comiskey picking that one up. The second face-off win for the Blue Wave. He's quickly met by the defenseman and Cole.
Definitely a smart play there from Comiskey. You know, he didn't rush it into the box. He looked for an open man, and now Darien will set up their offense.
Ben Picorni now going to try to do just that. Get it over. Quick touch from Joe Caesar. Picorni looking to go to work. Fenn had 2 assists versus Brunswick, and he tries to get his own rebound, can't seem to get it, and the long stick of Jenkins will pick it up. And quickly turn over the shot by Minikis, and he scores.
And just a great play from Minikis there. You know, he read the goalie's pass right away and was able. And once he did that, he was right in front of the goal. And there was a no-doubter.
Minikis picks up on the St. Anthony error, intercepts the pass, and takes it right past Will Snyder for the goal. You take another look at it. A great play from the Darien senior, the Loyola, Maryland bound senior for Darien. And we are tied right back up. Face off, Nassau originally had it, but it will be Comiskey that will win it. And he's powering his way through past Asim. Still staying with it. And that one is going to fall out of his stick, but it took, I'm counting 6 St. Anthony's players right now just to take him to the ground, and Darien staying with it. Pass complete to Minikis. Over to Picorni. Porter Barnett going to touch it. Get right over to the Salisbury bound Riley Strube. Strube had a goal against Brunswick on Thursday.
And of course going with their typical first line of middies.
Picorni now once again. Right over to Minikis. Minikis, great cut inside the shot and scoring. Joe Caesar with the cutting goal.
Goal number 8,
And a beautiful play from the Blue Wave, and Joe Caesar is the one that slams it home for the Blue Wave. You take a look at the Met Lacrosse replay. Caesar right in front of the cage, beating Will Snyder.
Yeah, it just looked like St. Anthony's was kind of caught watching Minikis as they were almost setting up the same play he scored his first goal on. And Minikis had his eyes up and was able to find cutting Caesar right in front.
Right back to the face-off X, and Darien continues to dominate there. 4 face-off wins this early. Going to be Riccardi playing the tight D with the long stick. The other long stick in Langdon. Porter Barnett for Darien. Passing it over to Picorni. Picorni trying to get past his defender, Jenkins. Knocked to the ground, Snyder corrals it. And he's going to try to flip the field.
And St. Anthony's just going to clear it here.
So Anthony's now in the attacking third with it. Pass it over to the top with Jackson Green. Green, 11 goals on the season to his name. Here's Carragher. Back to Punzio. Moving around the perimeter as we see Owen Duffy now touching, and he's going to try to make a move to the cage, wrapping around, shooting off of the top crossbar of the net. And with 6'4", Cam Weibel going to get a sigh of relief on that one.
Yeah, Duffy's had a great opportunity there as he shot it without looking at the goal, and it appeared that Cameron Weibel wasn't expecting the pass because he almost jumped when it hit the bar there.
Owen Duffy, 25 goals last season as a sophomore, and he's off to a great campaign this year with 27 to his name. Once again, retreating it back, winding up, making a nice move with it was Michael Leo, and Friars will stay with it. Dodging the bullet there was Jack Ponzio.
Yeah, great help defense there from Joe Caesar.
Onto the stick of number 32, Owen Duffy. Duffy trying the spin move, shooting and scoring. Owen Duffy showing off here this early, and we are tied up at 3.
Yeah, Owen Duffy just had a great move. He rolled back and He had a quick shot release and was able to find the corner just above Cameron Weibel's right shoulder.
Owen Duffy, just a junior, the number 5 ranked player in the junior class, and a 5-star recruit off to North Carolina in Sioux Falls. As we're now back to the face-off X violation on Comiskey. And a big change, of course, from that game on Thursday. Darien playing by the NCAA rules, having to watch for those face-off violations. Of course, 3 of them resulting in the man-up. And today, back to your normal high school rules, so the Blue Wave don't have to worry about that. And you look at a team like St. Anthony's, when they play St. John's, also playing by those same NCAA rules. You got to assume, Cooper, the teams are happy to get back to the fundamentals, high school rules of this game.
Yeah, I think the players definitely like some high school play because, they don't have a shot clock, so they can take as much time. But I think, if a team's down, they also a bit angry about those rules.
And scoring is Jack Spidell. And St. Anthony's is coming out firing. 2 unanswered goals from the St. Anthony's Friars.
Yeah, I think today we're going to see a lot of offense, on every opportunity that both teams have had, they've been able to get to the goal and score. So, I think definitely both defenses are going to have to settle in and play some tight defense.
This is not what we're used to seeing when we see Darien and St. Anthony's. You look at their recent history, almost all of these games are close, but the highest amount of goals we've seen is back in 2014. Darien scored 12. Ever since then, it's all been, 10 single digits. So definitely an oddity to see 7 goals in the first 6 minutes. As now the Blue Wave will go on the offense. Strube over to Picorni. Back to Joe Caesar. Caesar, the Georgetown commit. 15 goals to his name this season. Making a nice move past his defender in Tui. Taking the shot and scoring. Joe Caesar with the goal for the Blue Wave. And we are right back knotted at 4.
Yeah, Joe Caesar was looking like he was just going to pass it back, but he saw a little open space and he decided to take a nice outside shot and was able to finish it.
So Darien, their first 2 goals coming from Matthew Minikis, their most recent 2 from Joe Caesar. And the 2 big offensive producers for Darien coming up big in this big rivalry game is now the face-off X, Nassau and Comiskey. Once again, dominated by the Lafayette bound Ty Comiskey. As now he's going to take it, passing it off to Minikis, shooting and scoring. A quick response from Darien off the face-off, and Matthew Minikis with his hat trick.
Yeah, that's definitely a quick hat trick there for Minikis. He's able to score 3 goals in the first quarter. He's definitely going to have a big game.
Matthew Minikis, we saw that play when Darien took on Chaminade, where Comiskey wins the face-off, takes it all the way, and last second passing it off to Minikis, and it works once again to perfection. Face-off knocked out by Nassau. He'll pick it up himself. Jordan Nassau, the senior, off to Holy Cross, the Fogo. St. Anthony's needing to retreat it. They can't get a hold of the ball, but eventually the long stick of McAtee can pick it up. Getting over to Snyder. And you can definitely tell the ball's slippery out there. That one's going to go out of play. Turned over to Darien. That was number 36. Kevin Kearns trying to stay with it, but his long stick can't corral it.
Yeah, as the game progresses, the field's going to get a lot more wet, and especially on bounce shots, the ball, it skips a little less and it won't bounce as high. So I think the goalies are going to have a tough time adjusting to that, as it is different from their normal day.
And you brought up, Cooper, the fact about offense here today. It's going to be an offensive day. These are 2 of the highest scoring teams in the nation. Darien, 158 goals on the season, as that one is through some traffic. And then you look at St. Anthony's, 163 goals in their 11 games. So if you're a goalie, you just got to hope and pray in this one. And Snyder and Cam Weibel are tasked with that this afternoon. Here's now Allegro, dodging to the cage, shooting and scoring is Christian Allegro.
Yeah, it's always hard to stop Christian Allegro coming in at 6'4". He's definitely a beast to be reckoned with out there.
Christian Allegro has been showing all season that he can drive up that middle, put the shot on, and beat the opposition. Once again, doing just that as he picks up goal number 22 for him on the season. Allegro, the Navy-bound senior for Darien, will be off to Avon Old Farms next year. But a talented athlete in Christian Allegro. Face off. Round ball. Some shoving going on, but the Friars will come away with it. That is Carragher that fields it. Only the 4th time the Friars have won the face-off this afternoon. they're going to look to convert on it. Patrick Carragher, junior, off to Penn State. We'll pass it off to Michael Leo.
They do have Jake Wilson out on them today. You know, Jake definitely brings that speed, so.
Shot off of the crossbar. That one is up in the air and off of the school. Talk about some distance on that shot. I mean, that one probably went a good, I don't know what you call that, maybe 50 yards or so off the crossbar, hitting the side of the school. A big shot there from Michael Leo. And the ball will stay with the Friars. And we've been mentioning all these commits. St. Anthony's, 29 of their 58 players committed to play college lacrosse, 23 of them to Division I schools. That is half of their roster of 58 already committed. Juniors, seniors, it doesn't matter. Head coach Keith Weiserick has really built a program over in South Huntington, New York.
Yeah, it's really crazy to believe that because, you know, at 26, not all of them were going to be able to touch the field today.
It's actually 29, Cooper. You're forgetting about 3 of them there, but still, that is a good point to think about there, that this team just has the depth, and they're going to try to dig into it, and they might not even need all of it. And so far, it's been working for them. 10-1 on the season, 7-0 in the Catholic High School Athletic Association. Now Jackson Green with it, trying to get past his defender in Medwar. Staying with it. He's going to pass it off now, touching the stick of Ponzio. He's going to pass it off behind the net. Duffy's trying to wrap around, and that one out of play, staying with the Friars thanks to Jack Spidell.
Yeah, what makes Darien so versatile is, you know, they have a couple of defensive middies coming with Patrick Thurlow and Alec Medwar, and then they can rest their offensive middies that are
wrapping around with Spidell
powerful
once again, and staying with the Friars. Michael Leo closest to it. Leo, a quick-moving guy, has the long wingspan, picking it up there past the long stick of Stafford. He's going to wrap around shooting, and out of play once again, staying with St. Anthony's. And Cooper, how do you think these long possessions really affect the Blue Wave?
Well, I think it definitely is going to make some consideration for the offensive side. You know, they're going to want to take their time, let their defense have a little rest out there, because you don't want to put too much pressure out them, or St. Anthony's might just run away with it, and it will make it easier for them to get to the rack.
Owen Duffy now, pass to Vanchik. He's going to stay with it, shooting. That one just wide. Possession staying with St. Anthony's.
Yeah, as you can see, I think the rain is definitely affecting all their sticks. You know, what's the mesh, so and the ball, so it's a bit slicker. So they're gonna have to take better shot quality.
Friars now on the restart. Here's Carragher. Slowing it down, being given some room from Thurlow. Up to the top to number 28, Jack Ponzio. Here's Jackson Green. He's going to try to dodge, getting a shove there from Medward. He's going to shoot and score. Jackson Green with the goal for the Friars. And they are going to claw back into this one. 6-5 our score. A dogfight all first quarter, and it continues. The 11th goal we've seen in the first 10 minutes. This time Jackson Green gets on the stat sheet. For Green, the junior, he'll be off to Harvard, the 4-star commit. Goal number 12 for him on the season. Now we'll go back to the face-off X with Jordan Nasso and Ty Comiskey.
Today, I think the game's going to come down to the face-off circle. Whatever team can get more possessions. And they're going to call hold on Nasso there.
Darien, the 8th time they've won the face-off this afternoon. Now Riley Strube on the restart. The stick of Barnett. Porter Barnett having a goal against Brunswick on Thursday. Passing it along to Joe Caesar, right back over to Allegro. And we talk about that Brunswick game. Allegro having 3 of Darien's 10 goals in the effort against the Bruins.
Yeah, well, that Darien offense, they all came alive for that in that second half.
McCorney trying to go low on it. Rebound picked up by St. Anthony's, and it will go to the stick of Snyder. That was a good job by Kearns to pick it up originally. Now flipping it to the Friar offense. There's Caladrino on the far side. Caesar's trying to knock it loose. Caladrino sticking with it. Now over to Spidell. Spidell, 2 goals to his name this afternoon. He's just going to keep it moving. Finnerty early in the game, the junior off to UMass.
And Darien putting William Bonner out there. We don't see much of him typically in these Darien contests.
Bonner just a sophomore for Darien. You got to assume the future for the Blue Wave lacrosse team. A talented athlete in Will Bonner. He's now going to take his luck against great Finnerty, and the shot there stopped by Weibel. Here's Joe Caesar now trying to flip the field on the outside to the Villanova-bound David Ivanchik. 30 seconds left in the opening quarter. Porter Barnett giving some room from Myers.
Darien most likely going to hold for the last shot here, take their time, set up one nice play here for them to finish.
Going over to Caesar. 10 seconds. Shot there, no good from Caladrino. Shot bouncing out of bounds. Clock will stop with 3.7 left, so there's definitely some chance here for Darien. Pass there, picked up the shot, and it's in! Joe Caesar with time expiring puts another one on the board for Darien.
Yeah, Darien got a little lucky there. I think Minikis thought it was going to go to him, but it was luckily he missed the pass and it went right into Joe Caesar's stick. He was able to finish that one.
That was a great effort from Minikis too, really jumping up, just missing his stick, and thankfully for the Blue Wave, Joe Caesar picks it up and puts Darien back on the board. 7-5 our score. You've got to assume that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. 2/10 left, and that is it for the first quarter. Cooper, what'd you see in this first?
Well, we definitely saw a lot of offense here today. I think offensively both teams are playing great. I think defensively both teams just have to sharpen up, and whatever team can get more turnovers and turn that into offense will come out here and play a great rest of the game.
Cooper, last time these teams played in 2019, 20 combined goals in the entire 4 quarters. We're 12 minutes in, and we've already seen 12 goals. Do you think that pace of play is going to continue this afternoon, or do you think the defenses are going to step it up?
Well, I think we're definitely here for an offensive game. We've seen it all day today. Hopefully there's a little bit more defense, but I think it's whatever team plays the better offense.
Darien with a 7-5 lead into the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a short break and be right back on the DAF Media Network. Back on the DAF Media Network, awaiting the start of the second quarter. Braden Schenk, Cooper Puff, and Dan Arestia joining us in the booth. Dan, our local lacrosse guru. I asked Cooper before the game, you called that game on Thursday. What do you think? What did you see in Darien on Thursday, and how do you think that's kind of been changed in the first quarter?
I think in the first quarter you saw a whole lot more of Matt Minikis. I know early in that Brunswick game you did not see as much. I think that's been a big difference is how attack-driven Darien's been so far.
Miski getting shoved to the ground by 3 Friars, and that one, the ground ball picked up by St. Anthony's with the stick of, get it to Leo. They switch sides for this half. St. Anthony's remaining in their road black jerseys. Darien in the home whites. Friars moving from left to right. Darien right to left is the shot. Just out of play off the stick of number 11, Jackson Green. So Green with the most recent goal from St. Anthony's in the opening quarter. We start on the far side from Spidell. Over to Jackson Green. Going down to Carragher. Other side is Michael Leo. Leo scored the opening goal for St. Anthony's this afternoon. The pass soaring high of Carragher. And can't get there as Carragher sliding on the turf.
Yeah, St. Anthony's had a great opportunity there. They had a screenplay, and he was able to slip wide open. He had a great opportunity to go right to the front of the goal, but it was an errant pass there.
Once again, you can see the elements on your screen right now. 54 degrees, raining out 16-mile-per-hour winds. It is a brutal day for lacrosse, but these athletes are ready for it. Allegro. Now over to Joe Caesar. Caesar making a nice spin move. He's going to fake the shot. Still looking for a shot. He's going to dump it off to Picorni, and he scores. Finn Picorni with the goal. His first of the afternoon, and Darien will have their first goal of the second quarter. 8-5 our score.
Darien just cannot be stopped on their offensive possession. St. Anthony's is definitely going to have to come up with some idea to change that.
The offensive day continues here at Darien High School. Goal number 14 still in the early goings in this one. It's now Comiskey and Naso right back to the face-off X. Once again, Darien 158 goals on the season. St. Anthony's, and that one is in. A quick retaliation from Owen Duffy. And a quick face-off win from Naso, getting it to their junior star, Owen Duffy. And St. Anthony's with a goal.
St. Anthony's goal by number 32, Owen Duffy.
Take another look at it. Owen Duffy with a quick shot beating Weibel. And St. Anthony's staying in this one. 2-goal lead in favor of Darien right now. Face off won by the Friars. That was picked up by Riccardi. Only the 5th time St. Anthony's has won a face-off this afternoon. All in favor of the Blue Wave. Duffy going low. Past the stick of Leo. He had a shot. Just past his stick. The Friars will recover with it. Here's Duffy. Looking to once again command the offense. Ponzio. Being given some room from the sophomore Will Bonner. Ponzio, the junior, 14 goals on the season to his name. He's now going to make a move to the cage, shooting, and stopped by Cam Weibel.
Saved by number 19, Cam Weibel.
Cam Weibel, the senior goaltender for Darien, making the big save. And now Darien with the restart. That is Jake Wilson, the junior, getting it to his goaltender. Right now really starting to come down. Corney loses it. He stays with it. Joe Caesar, senior. 3 goals, or 4, actually, yeah, 3 goals for his name. Thought he had a 4th, but the hat trick for Caesar already. Now over to Allegro. He's going to make a move, bouncing it. Out of play, staying with the Blue Wave. St. Anthony's was trying to plead their case on it, but won't get it. Brady Picorni called the closest.
Yeah, I think St. Anthony's was pleading that they had a man close to the sideline.
It was definitely tight between Jordan Jenkins and their goalie Snyder, but Picorni got the call as that one high, but Allegro's right there using the height to pick it up. Trying to get past Martin.
Yeah, St. Anthony here has definitely adjusted. They've put an LSM on Allegro. He had a shorty on his first goal, so definitely a smart plan there from St. Anthony's.
Joe Caesar moving around with it. Off to Allegro. Allegro.
And now he's got a bit of a shorty.
Shot there, stopped by Snyder. Tried to power his way through St. Anthony's and couldn't quite get a good shot on it. Is now Will Snyder. Gonna move around with it. Snyder rostered at 6'4", so he's not giving up anything high this afternoon. And Darien so far has been adjusting to that and shooting it the low ball. And it's been working for him. 8 goals this afternoon. Ponzio right back over to Carragher. Keeping it moving. Patrick Carragher, the junior, 4-star recruit. Getting off to Penn State in 2 Falls.
And Carragher is going to get right by his guy and finish.
That is number 17, Patrick Carragher. Scores for St. Anthony's. And a big-time goal from the Friar Jr.
St. Anthony's goal by number 17, Patrick Carragher.
Only Carragher's first of the afternoon, but he's definitely been a force for St. Anthony's, really in the passing game and couple assists to his name, picking up his first goal of the afternoon.
Yeah, definitely a great dodge there for Carragher. You know, he had Patrick Thurlow on him, and the middle was open, so he just had to get by him, and he had an open shot right on Cam Weibel.
Violation on Comiskey, and it's going to be to the Friars. Passing it over to Finnerty.
The face-off momentum has started to transition back over to St. Anthony's here.
Darien still in favor of it, 9-6. But Darien had a good streak of about 5 or so face-off wins that has come to an end. Duffy passing it over to Finnerty. Right back to X now. Over to Leo. Michael Leo wrapping around that one out of play, staying with St. Anthony's. Only the 10th time these teams have met all time. Darien with the series lead 6-3. Most recently, 2019, the last time they played at St. Anthony's. The Friars took that one 11-9. Here's Caladrino. Patrick giving some room to his guy in Duffy. High pass there, soaring past to St. Anthony's player. That one's going to roll. Round ball fielded by Spidell at the end line. He's going to try to transition it to the offense. Here's Leo. Now Finnerty right over to Duffy. Duffy going to his offhand shot. Rebound. Rebound to Caladrino. St. Anthony's going to try once again on the restart.
I believe Duffy's shot just came off the top of the crossbar, and luckily it didn't bounce in.
Here's Leo now. Retreating it. The shot from Spidell, and he scores. Going low on Cam Weibel is Jack Spidell for his hat trick, and we are tied at 8.
Yeah, Spidell's definitely having a big game here today. You know, he's definitely leading that attack for St. Anthony's. So, you know, Darien's defense is definitely going to have to come up with a plan to stop him. But then again, they also do have Duffy and
Carragher? Is that the name you're looking for?
No, Michael Lee. They also have Michael Leo, yeah.
Of course, we can't forget about Michael Leo. But Spidell, his 3rd goal on the afternoon, his 9th multi-goal game this season. So a talented junior that head coach Weiserick will be getting back next season. That's Jake Wilson on the transition. Over to Barnett. That one's out of play, and refs will be awarding it to St. Anthony's. Had to find that one. Langdon with the restart to Snyder. Ponzio. Keep it moving. Jackson Green. Touching it over to Duffy. And the whistle will be blown, and the first time out in this one taken by head coach Keith Weiserick and the St. Anthony's Friars. Dan, what do you think's being said in that Friar huddle right now?
Well, for them, I think you got to address the fact that Darien has changed their matchups a little bit on the defensive end. We started the game, we saw Ivanchik guarding Michael Leo, and that's changed. They've moved Ivanchik over to Owen Duffy, which I think is a good move. You know, Duffy's been stifled a little bit since they've done that. They might be looking at better ways to attack the Darien defense now that that change has been made. And then you want to be smart with where your shots are going. I think both goalies, kind of got off to a rough start in this one. I don't think you really saw a clean save until, well into the first quarter for Weibel, and then, even later than that for Snyder. So, if a goalie hasn't felt the ball in his stick a lot, it's tough for them to get into a rhythm. Goalies will tell you all the time they want to make that first save quickly in the game to just settle the nerves and be comfortable. Neither goalie really looks all that comfortable yet. Even on the last goal, I think you saw, Weibel looking a little bit unhappy that he gave it up as one he thinks he might typically save. So I think, if you're St. Anthony's, you're thinking, hey, let's look at our matchups. Let's see where we can attack. Carragher's been getting a shorty, and he's able to win those. See if we can make the defense move that way. And then let's make sure when we take our shots, they're in a good spot. Let's not let the goalie get comfortable if he's not comfortable yet.
That's good analysis right there. And you also got to look at the fact, the weather here, that these goalies have to bear the elements, and especially when their team's on the offense, having to stand there and kind of deal with the rain, the coldness, and then get the shot on them a couple seconds later. As 8-8 our score. Cooper, what do you think Darien's going to do coming out of the huddle here, trying to switch momentum back in their favor?
Well, I definitely think Darien has to pick up an offensive possession here because, St. Anthony's has been very dominant this entire quarter. So I think they got to slow it down on the offensive side, pick up some goals, and just play a nice, smooth offense.
Friars with the restart on the outside to Green. St. Anthony's has scored the last 2 goals. They're looking at another one. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left before the half. Wrapping around is Duffy. Quick pass to Leo down low. He's going to shoot, rebound. And the wide open net goal from Patrick Carragher. Cam Weibel left the goal wide open. A great rebound from St. Anthony's on that one. And number 2, Jack Spidell, and he transitions it right back to Patrick Carragher for the goal. And there's really nothing, if you look at Cam Weibel, that he can do on that one. Makes the first stop, leaves the goal wide open, and a great job by St. Anthony's to find the open hole and send it to the back of the net, picking up their first lead of since the first goal in this one. Actually, no, I believe Darien had the first goal in it. This is their first lead of the afternoon, as the face-off win to St. Anthony's. Here's Spidell now. Shot off of the post. Not the first time the Friars have done that this afternoon, the third time actually, and Spidell was streaking down the field with it.
Yeah, that's just unlucky for Spidell. You know, he had a great opportunity there, but unfortunately it hit off the post.
Cam Weibel once again breathing the sigh of relief. Now he's going to transition it over to Riley Strube. Strube getting tugged by the jersey. He's going to stay with it. Now met with the long stick of Riccardi. Passing it over to Minikis. Matthew Minikis, 3 goals in this one to his name, to Joe Caesar, his fellow hat-tricker this game. High pass once again picked up by Allegro. Allegro on the taller side for this team, 6'4". He's going to get past Tui originally. Passing it off the shot, bouncing it out of play off the stick of Joe Caesar. Caesar 18 goals now, his total after the 3 from today. And he's looking to add to that. Matthew Minikis being given some room from Kearns. He's going to take it up the middle. Shot off of the post. This one's going to roll all the way out to the midfield. Picked up by Ivanchik. Great job keeping it into the Darien attacking zone, and the whistle turning it over.
They're going to call a push there on Ivanchik.
Ivanchik, a bigger guy there, shoving to the ground, and Duffy using a long stick and what he thought was a clean pass, but the ref said otherwise. Here's now Carragher. Carragher scored the most recent one from St. Anthony's. Great pass down low. That one is shot wide off the stick of Ponzio. Great job by Jack Ponzio to get open down low. He just couldn't convert a goal on it. Now Spidell on the restart. Spidell wrapping around. He's going to shoot this one, airing it just high. And now the rain really starting to come down. Luckily, we are inside here in this Darien High School press box, not bearing the elements, but these players are doing a great job of it so far this afternoon. 3 minutes left before the half. Jackson Green with the ball for St. Anthony's. Green shoots that one, airmailing it just high. Possession staying with St. Anthony's thanks to Owen Duffy.
Watching these last couple of shots here, I think St. Anthony's has to take better shot quality.
That's something the Friars definitely know currently with the 1-goal lead. Maybe not needing to be as trigger happy, if you will, especially not trailing the 2 or 3 goals they were a couple minutes ago. Now Green passing it off to Leo. Michael Leo shooting just high and stopped by Weibel. Was looking for that top shelf, but once again, the 6'4" Cam Weibel making the stop. And as he has been all season, no team's really been able to beat him on those top shelf shots. Finn Picorni.
And Picorni starting the dodge from the box.
And that one turned over. Here is St. Anthony's now, streaking down the field with it. Is the long stick of McEntee. Actually 35, my apologies, Latania. Here's Jackson Green, passing it off to Duffy. Shaking and moving now. Eads freshly off the bench. Anderson Eads, the senior, playing at the midfield. Only 1 goal this season, but head coach Weiserick trusting him in this one. Currently with the 1-goal lead before the half. Finnerty. Moving into the depth charts. Finnerty, the lefty, off to UMass. Giving him a ton of room from Patrick Thurlow. Thurlow off to Villanova in the fall for academics.
Friars running a bit of invert here. Having a shorty behind.
Once again, no shot clock in this match today. Unlike Darien's game on Thursday. That one's going to be dumped off to Duffy. He's going to shoot. That one out of play. And timeout will be taken. 9-8 in favor of St. Anthony's. They take their second and final timeout of the half. Cooper, I'm going to go to you on this one. What do you think Darien is saying in their huddle right now, down by 1?
Well, I think Darien definitely is talking about communication on defense here. I don't think they want to go down 2 goals at the end of the half, so I think it's all about communication, you know, staying strong as a defense, calling out picks, going to double team.
And now, Dan, right back over to you. What do you think St. Anthony's is going to do coming out of this huddle?
I think you want to make sure you get a good possession here. If you can push this to 2 goals, that's obviously what you want to try and do. I think you should maybe think about talking through what you're going to do if Darien comes out in a zone here. I think Darien has kind of struggled with some individual matchups. A way you can kind of negate that is to pack it in and try and play a zone to protect the inside a little bit, force some of these more distant shots that, as we've said, you know, teams shooting from distance and shooting high against wide will have less success. So, you know, try and talk about how you might attack that. But otherwise, I think you want to just go to your best offensive set and try and push this. You know, you've had the ball for a while here. St. Anthony's has played make it take it after the last few goals. Darien has not had a lot of offensive opportunity. Their defense, even coming out of this timeout, will be a little bit fatigued here.
So 38.9 left before the half. Jump around House of Pain playing right now at the stadium for the faithfuls that are out here today. A couple St. Anthony's fans making the nearly 60-mile trip down from South Huntington, my apologies, an hour and 5-minute drive. But they are here today to watch this top 10 boys lacrosse matchup. St. Anthony's ranked currently number 4 by Inside Lacrosse, 3 by USA Lacrosse Magazine. Darien also in the top 10 by USA Lacrosse Magazine at 7, and then 10 by Inside Lacrosse. 130 seconds now. Here's Duffy. Being met with Ivanchik. Wide open on this one. The shot, and that one is in. The goal from Jack Ponzio, and St. Anthony's scores. Kind of got stuck on that down post, and the Friars strike their 10th of the first half.
Yeah, Ponzio had a great look there. You know, he finished in the perfect spot, down low, opposite side of the stick for Cam Wobble, and that's definitely going to be a tough save for him almost every time.
Darien, some miscommunication on their defense right there, resulting in the Jack Ponzio goal. St. Anthony's in the double digits in the first half. 10-8 our score. Face-off once again dominated by Nazo. St. Anthony's is looking for another one. Duffy. Pass down low, picked up by Spidell. He's going to get knocked to the ground. Long stick of Ivanchik's going to pick it up. He's got 3 seconds left. Rifles a shot, and that one skipping up through the field goal, but out of play, and that takes us to the half. St. Anthony's with the 10-8 lead over the Darien Blue Wave. Dan, what did you see in this first half?
You see some spectacular lacrosse players. You know, for St. Anthony's, I think you see how good of an attack they have. It's one of the best high school attacks you'll see in America this year. You know, Duffy, you saw it there on that last goal, commands so much attention because he can go from being, you know, looking like he's covered to you need to send a help defender in just a step or two. And, you know, if he could find those over-the-top feeds like he did on that last goal, then you're going to find yourself, you know, facing some shots that are hard to save. You know, for Darien, I think, you know, you're kind of looking pretty good on offense. I think you're able to win some matchups. You probably feel really good about where you are with guys like Caesar and Allegro in particular. You know, you can look at your offense and those two guys and say, all right, whoever has a shorty, go ahead. You're able to win your matchup and draw a slide, so we'll stay with that. I think, you know, you want to maybe see Ty Comiskey make some adjustments here at halftime. He was looking good early. It looked like St. Anthony's had adjusted a little bit, and they're having more success now. So you want to see him kind of, look at changing his technique, maybe trying to look at his exits a little differently, or involving his wings a little more to try and, negate the St. Anthony's face-off success.
And Cooper, how about you? Your thoughts on this first half?
Well, I think both teams have played it great offensively. I think defensively, St. Anthony's came alive a bit in that second quarter, and I think Darien is definitely going to have to make adjustments there. Owen Duffy, Spidell, and Leo have just done a great job all around, and Darien has to be able to figure that out and stop them.
So St. Anthony's will take the 10-8 lead into their halftime huddle. Before we sign off for the half, I'm going to give a shout-out to our production crew this afternoon. All Darien High School student volunteers bring you the sights and sounds in this one. Cole Murphy, Chris Fallon, Harrison Bell, Connor Sini, Kate DeMark, our DAF Media Advisor, Damian Andrew, and Bruce Ferguson. 10-8 St. Anthony's when we come back. Second half lacrosse on the DAF Media Network.
The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all of this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead, because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. All made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
This is David Genovese, founder of Corbin Cares. Corbin Cares Phase 2, in partnership with the Darien Foundation, was launched to support the people who support Darien. Corbin Cares partnered with the Darien Foundation to thank essential workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, town employees, and postal workers who stepped up during the pandemic. Family meals for 4 were provided by Four Forks, Bodega, Michael Joseph's, 1020 Post, and Parlor Pizza and Wine. Post 53 was treated to a tacos and waffles night with Bodega and the Waffle Cabin. Thanks to countless donors, 910 family dinners for 4 and 110 posties were served. And the Corbin Cares office was flooded with notes, emails, and letters of gratitude. Thanks to the essential workers and generous donors, you are all that make this community great.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We are On the Stage. We are At the Big Games. We are On the Field. We are In the Gym. We are On the Move, live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
We're back here on this rainy Saturday afternoon from the Darien High School Stadium Field, 10-8 in favor of the St. Anthony's Friars, as we are awaiting second half lacrosse on the DAF Media Network, the joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Braden Shank, Cooper Puff, and Dan Arestia with you. So glad you could be with us. Here as will be Ty Comiskey and Jordan Naso on the face-off. My apologies on Jordan's last name, Naso. I was calling him Naso in the first half. But still a talented Fogo for St. Anthony's, off to Holy Cross, the four-star recruit. Quick start in the second half. The ground ball picked up from Stafford. Darien, the 11th time they've won the face-off this afternoon. Blue Wave in their home white jerseys, moving from left to right on your screen. St. Anthony's in their road blacks with the gold numbering, moving from left to right, or right to left on your screen. As now Darien with the ball. Strube handing it right off to Caesar. Joe Caesar having 3 goals in the first half to his name. Moving around to Finn Picorni. Over to Minikis. Looking to get it right back on the give and go to Picorni. He's going to turn it over to the long stick of Langton. Now here's Michael Leo. Leo having a impressive first half, scored the opener for St. Anthony's. 34 goals on the season for him. Getting to the stick of Duffy. Carragher right back over to Green. Moving around the perimeter, cutting inside now is Ponzio. Duffy now trying the wraparound. He's going to dump it off. Winding up the shot, and that one is wide off the stick of Green.
Yeah, Green had a great look there. No one in front, no traffic. And he just put it a little too high.
Give and go to Jackson Green. They've been trying all afternoon. As now Ponzio on the restart. Allegro guarding him tightly. Pass there, soaring high, past Carragher into the midfield. Back and over called, and it will be Darien's possession. Brady Picorni going to retreat it. I've not seen a goal from him this afternoon. Darien's leading goal scorer with 29 goals this season. Here's Caesar on the far wing. Caesar being guarded by Leo. Transitioning over to Heron. That's actually 14 Martin. Here's Allegro now. Dumping it right back off to Caesar. Barnett down low over to Picorni. Here's Finn Picorni now, making one move. Passing it off to Minikis, the shot. Bouncing it out of play. Possession staying with the Blue Wave. Brady Picorni on the restart over to Finn Picorni, his brother. Ben had a goal in the first half, and actually the most recent goal for Darien in the second quarter. He gets past Carragher. He's going to shoot this one high past the netting and into the parking lot.
Looking up the matchups here, Christian Allegro is being guarded by Michael Leo. Or was. Now Leo is guarding Joe Caesar. So I think there's a bit of a mismatch there, and I think Darien should try to capitalize on that.
This match has been happening all afternoon. It's just a matter of who can capitalize. As Joe Caesar now trying to get past Leo, his defender. Taking it a little bit slow. Looking for the opportunity. Taking it himself, shooting, stopped by Snyder. Rebound picked up by Barnett. He's going to pass it right back out to Allegro. Allegro now coming around with a dodging, shooting high, out of play. Possession stay with the Blue Wave. It will be Joe Caesar on the restart.
And that's deliberate to get him on. They switched Leo off of him.
Call from the Blue Wave, the pick from Barnett. Keeping with it is Caesar. Caesar wrapping around, shooting. Out of play. And now Picorni will pick it up and restart it for Darien. Looking at with Jaden Jenkins. 47 for St. Anthony's, the junior.
Darien's doing a great job just slowing down their offense, taking high percentage shots, and they're backing up the ball well.
Shot from Picorni out of play, once again staying with the Blue Wave. Allegro, the All-FCAC second teamer a season ago.
St. Anthony's finally was able to get Leo off the defense.
Here's Allegro. Poked with the long stick of Luke Martin. Martin, the junior four-star recruit to Johns Hopkins. Shot from Caesar, and he slams it home. Joe Caesar with his fourth goal of the afternoon, and Darien's first in the second half.
Joe Caesar with a just rollback dodge there and was able to find the back of the net.
Darien now 10-9. They cut the lead down to a big goal from Joe Caesar right as they needed it.
this would definitely be a big win, face-off win for Comiskey here, as the St. Anthony's defense is definitely tired. They just had a long defensive possession, and Darien could capitalize here.
Naso and Comiskey on the face-off. Long stick picked up of Ivanchik, or it's actually Strub. Wilson fires it right down to Comiskey. He's going to dump it off to Minikis. Once again to Picorni down low. He's going to wrap around and score. Brady Picorni, his first goal of the afternoon, and we are tied at 10. If you were looking to get your sophomore stud on the board, it is the time to do so. Beating Will Snyder to his right. And Brady Picorni scores his first. You take another look at it from behind the net. Falling to the ground was Brady Picorni, and goal number 30 on the season for him.
And that was just great transition offense there. You know, Jeremiah Stafford got the GB, and he was able to find Comiskey right in the middle of the field, who quickly got it to Minikis, and he was able to find Picorni right in front.
Face-off picked up by St. Anthony's. They're going to come streaking down the field. Here's Carragher. He's going to shoot and score! Patrick Carragher quickly off the face-off, and St. Anthony strikes right back and regains the lead.
Yeah, that's a great response for Carragher. You know, they took the lead back, and that's definitely that definitely hurt the Darien there, but St. Anthony's wanted that, and they'll take the momentum right back.
A big retaliation goal from St. Anthony's. Patrick Carragher, his 19th on the season, second today. Naso and Comiskey. Great job by Naso to hit it out, but Comiskey got to pick it up. Feels the ground ball, throws that one past Strub. He's not going to be happy with himself after that one, as he's going to turn it over to the Friars. So blown back in play. Langdon over to Snyder. Little Snyder. Their goalie had 14 saves against St. John's, the #1 team in the nation, a couple weeks ago. And today's match, 10 goals given up, but St. Anthony's with the 1-goal lead here at the Darien High School Stadium Field in Darien, Connecticut. Jackson Green trying to get past Strub, dumping it right off to Ponzio. Down low to Leo. He's going to shoot off of the post up in the air over the stick of Wilson, or it's actually Stafford, and now Wilson's going to try to grab it. Michael Leo with the restart. The long stick of Jake Wilson going to be guarding him. Leo wrapping around, bouncing it out of play. Possession staying with the Friars. Carragher will restart it. Edward playing the defense on him. Over to Green. Jackson Green. Down low, and bounce shot there from Spidell, just wide. Not happy with himself on that one. A wide open one-on-one with Cam Weibel, and Spidell was looking for his 4th of the afternoon.
Yeah, huge opportunity there. He missed it though, you know. He was right in front. I think he got maybe a little jumpy there, thinking that there was a defenseman right behind him, but he had a lot of time.
Leo now. He's going to wrap around, shooting high. Staying with the Friars thanks to Spidell. 11-10 our score in favor of St. Anthony's. Duffy with a nice move. He's going to look to go to Spidell down low, losing the stick on it, and that will be turned over to Darien.
Yeah, great play there for Duffy. Unfortunately, the pass wasn't there, but you know, he got David Ivanchik to think that the pick was coming, so he tried to get around it quickly, but Duffy just ignored this pick and went back to his left hand.
Darien now going to flip the field, or tried to at least. Here's Thurlow over to Ivanchik on the far wing, past his stick. And a careless error for Darien right there. Could be a costly one, as St. Anthony's now going to go back on the offense. Ponzio makes a nice spin move on Allegro, shooting. And that one will trickle out of play, staying with the Friars.
Yeah, that turnover for Darien, definitely a costly one, because you know, they just had a long defensive possession and they would have had some rest there, but now they have to go immediately right back to some more defense, and you know, St. Anthony's could easily capitalize.
Almost an error from Carragher. He's going to stay with it on the offense, passing it over to Leo. Michael Leo wrapping around, shooting, and that one is in. falling to the ground is Michael Leo with the goal, and the Friars go up by 2.
Leo there took a big hit afterwards. He's a bit slow to get up right now, but he appears to be okay.
Leo scored the opener for the Friars back in the first quarter, and that's the second time he's been on the stat sheet today. A big one is St. Anthony's now gets the 2-goal lead. And Cooper, a killer for Darien, especially when they had the offensive momentum going for him. The uncaused, or the silly error, if you will, the not sharp pass, turning it over to Leo, and the Friars who pick up the goal is at the face-off X. Comiskey got to pick it up. Picks up the ground ball, and now over to Minikis. Strube now. Porter Barnett touching it. Green starting to slow down, but still somewhat coming down. Over to Finn Picorni. Getting some room from Patrick Toohey. Darien now is looking for that perfect opportunity. No shot clock in today's game, so nothing they need to worry about there. Caesar makes a nice move. He's going to spin around, shooting and scoring. Joe Caesar with the goal for Darien, and he continues to be the spark plug for this team.
Yeah, Joe Caesar's doing a great job. He loves that swim move and then that roll back, and he's been doing it all day, and he's just doing great out there finishing.
If the hat trick wasn't good enough for Joe, how about 5 goals for today? That's almost half of Darien's total as they now cut the lead right back to a 1-shot lead for St. Anthony's. Comiskey and Naso. Violation on Naso will be going in favor of the Blue Wave, so the Fogo Comiskey can come off with a smile on his face after that one. Not doing much, but still getting the ball for Darien. Barnett. Attack Langton originally taking it to X. Over to Minikis. Pass over to Picorni. Keeping the stick on him is Latania. Picorni's now going to find some open space. Wrapping around, shooting. Stopped by Snyder. And Snyder with the low pass there, picked up by Calidrino. Almost going low on the 4-star Maryland commit, Joe Calidrino. That one now to X. Duffy. Shot, bouncing and scoring is Jackson Green.
Yeah, Darien was playing man down there. You know, Jeremiah Stafford was trying to get back into there, get back onto the defensive side, and now Carter Hagan will be entering the game.
So Darien will make the goalie substitution. The sophomore Carter Hagan will come on. So Weibel's day is done for now. 13 goals against, but has made some nice saves. And Dan, what do you think the decision was on this Darien sideline? Why do you think they're going to the sophomore goaltender here?
You know, I don't know. I just don't think Whiteout was seeing the ball all that well. You know, he made a couple of saves, but really wasn't able to get that early one to get him going. And then, you know, the same really has been true for Snyder for St. Anthony's. I think that save he just made on Picorni was only his maybe second or third of the day. So, you know, it's just one of those days where neither goalie seems all that dialed.
Comiskey now fighting his way through, staying with the ball. He's going to get a one-handed pass off to Minikis. Strube now with some open space. He's going to wind up, shoot, and score! Riley Strube with the goal for the Blue Wave. A great job by the transition game of Ty Comiskey. Did not give that ball up. One-handed pass to Minikis. And Minikis, the one-timer to Strube. And Darien continues to stay in this game.
Well, the Friars sent pretty much their entire defense after Comiskey. So Comiskey just had to get the ball close to Minikis, and the whole other side of the field was wide open there, and Strube capitalized.
That's something. Ty is such a strong guy that it takes an entire defensive line for St. Anthony's to try to even think about getting the ball out of his stick. And he uses the strength on that one and the perseverance to get the pass off to Minikis as the violation called on Comiskey, rewarding it to the Friars. Ponzio. Once again, Carter Hagan in net for the Blue Wave. They made the goalkeeping substitution, and they're going to see if the sophomore can keep him up or keep him in this game with one of the top teams in the nation, the number 3rd ranked St. Anthony's Friars. So far, an offensive day, 25 combined goals, and we still have another quarter to play. Jackson Green with the ball. Over to Carragher.
should say Hagen does have quality minutes this year. Played, earlier in the season, he and Wydell were splitting time, so, he does have big-time minutes against big-time opponents. This isn't going to be a total shock to the system for him, but certainly noteworthy.
Even the sophomore, you mentioned the big minutes played, that shot just out of play, even in big games like Staples or I think the Wilson game, he saw a couple minutes in, so he definitely is accustomed to it, and the future goalie for head coach Jeff Braymeyer and Darien. Something that they really had to adjust to this season, losing the talents of Andy Demopoulos this last spring really with graduation. But Weibel and Hagen has done a great job stepping up as that is Green forced to retreat out. Over to Leo. Michael Leo now dodging inside, bouncing that one out of play, staying with the Friars. And really when you look at Darien this season, games when they played against Wilton where Weibel was on his game, made those first couple saves, or against the Chaminade where he really was just on point, and today, not the day for Cam Weibel. But Darien, the offense has come alive, 12 goals scored. One of their highest totals against the top-ranked national team. That one bouncing, stopped by Hagen on the side of the net. He'll corral it, throw that one up, and completes the pass to Caesar.
Saved by number 1, Carter Hagen.
And Hagen signaling something to the bench. It looks like he might need a stick change or something, but Darien will stay on the offense. McCorney now behind the net with it. Allegro now making a move, dodging, shooting, and scoring! Christian Allegro with the goal for Darien. Only his second, but a big one for Christian, and we are tied at 13. The Darien bench is going off after that one, and for good reason. Christian Allegro powering his way through that St. Anthony's defense and slamming one home. A minute 26 left in this third quarter. The ball on the ground still will be finally picked up by Jeremiah Stafford, the All-FCAC first-teamer last season. Big hit there. Comiskey going full-blown into that one. Strub now.
Well, Comiskey's never afraid to use the body.
Especially as he's shown he's willing to get physical, and it's going to take a lot to take down someone of Ty Comiskey's strength. Darien slowing it down, under a minute remaining in this third quarter in a great lacrosse game we have seen. 13-13 currently our score. Porter Barnett trying to make a move past Snyder. Thomas Snyder, that is, the defender. Strub wrapping around, bouncing it. That one out of play, still loose. And into the crease, almost rolling in. The goalie is going to call no goal on it. That one might have trickled past the goal line. The referees say no goal.
Yeah, tough break there for Darien. It's not what they wanted, but...
And St. Anthony's is now going to come down the length of the field and score. A big change in momentum right there. Darien thought that the ball trickled past the goal line. The refs don't call it, and St. Anthony's will score to retake the lead. What a change in events right there.
Well, I think Darien was just watching the ref's decision there, and I think St. Anthony's tried to capitalize on that, and they took their opportunity down to the Darien goal and was able to finish.
Cole Asim with the goal for St. Anthony's. The junior, his first goal of the season, and it comes at a great time as the Friars regain the one-goal lead. That one is thrown out in front of the net, and no goal, just past the buzzer. But 14-13 our score. I'm not really sure what just happened there in the last minute. Darien thought they had the goal. St. Anthony's came down the length of the field and scored, taking the lead. And Cooper, lacrosse is one of those games that's such a mental game. What do you think happened to Darien right there?
Well, I think mentally Darien was just looking at the ref's decision, very upset because a lot of the offensive players believed that the ball trickled in. So I think the middies were kind of arguing with the refs there a bit, and St. Anthony's was able to come down and capitalize and finish on the goal.
Taking a look at the replay right there, it was definitely close. The referees called it no goal. There was two referees at the goal line that said no goal. That would have been a crucial own goal if it went in, but The refs did not call it. 14-13 our score in favor of the St. Anthony's Friars. We're going to take a short break and be right back on the DAF Media Network. 12 more minutes on the clock. A fourth quarter about to ensue between Darien and St. Anthony's. A game for the ages. Braden Schenk, Cooper Puff, and Dan Arestia with you. So glad you could be with us on this Saturday afternoon. A rainy one, but still a great game on hand. Hagan passing it over. Brian Martin, I believe. Now Darien's going to go on the offense. You are watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation, bringing you this live coverage. Connor Sini, Kate DeMarc, Cole Murphy, Chris Fallon, Harrison Bell, Damian Andrew, and Bruce Ferguson, our advisors and our crew this afternoon for DAF Media. Darien trailing one. Joe Caesar with the ball. He's going to look to get past the Fairfield bound. Will Snyder takes that shot just wide. Will Snyder, the 6'4" senior for St. Anthony's, hasn't made that many saves, but his presence in the net has kept the Friars in this game. Ben Picorni, shot there, stopped by Snyder, and he's really turned it on here in these last couple minutes, making a couple big saves after the first half was a slow one for him. That one passed over to Martin. Luke Martin getting it over to Duffy. He's going to make one move, shooting and scoring. Owen Duffy going to the offhand, and the Friars go up by 2.
Yeah, just a great move there from Duffy. Went to the offhand and the opposite side of Carter Hagan, was able to bury that one and give the Friars the 2-goal lead.
The hat trick for Owen Duffy this afternoon, his 30th goal of the season. What a talented lacrosse player he is. 9 multi-goal games this season of the team's only 12 games as that face-off won by Naso and the Friars. They're going to retreat it to their own zone. Snyder. Will Snyder now. Passing it off over to the likes of Langton. Getting it to the offense. If you're Darien, you need to think about the offense. Mike Finnerty now with possession. But if you're Darien, you need to start thinking here at some point. Trailing by 2 goals, you cannot be giving up another one. As Caladrino going to pass it off to X with the likes of Duffy. Duffy wrapping around, going high and scoring on Carter Hagan. Right there you can see the goalie change making a difference. Carter Hagan on the smaller side, not protecting that top of the net, and St. Anthony's picks up the goal. You take another look at it, Owen Duffy goes back-to-back. 16-13, St. Anthony's leads. Wraps right around, Hagan tries to jump up, can't get to it. Now Naso and Comiskey.
What the Friars did so well on that goal right there was that they created a lot of traffic for Duffy, and it made David Ivanchek kind of get stuck up in that, and he was able to come around backside and finish.
Porter Barnett now using the speed, taking it to X. He's going to be met with Colin Langdon. Langdon, the 3-star commit, or 3-star recruit to Army, a senior for the Friars. One of the 29 college commits on this St. Anthony's team. Minikis. Going to pass it over to Allegro. And a team that is senior, really heavy, 21 seniors on the roster. That one past Picorni. Possession going to the Friars. Restart by Jenkins. He's going to pass it over to his fellow long stick in Langton. There's Jackson Green going to take it across the midfield and into the attacking third. Ponzio, haven't said his name that much in this second half. Had a goal in the first half, nothing in the second. Now moving it around to the stick of Carragher. Now Jackson Green, the junior off to Harvard. Scored in 8 different games this season. St. Anthony slowing the pace down a bit, up by 3 goals. Going to dump this one off to Spidell. That one out of play. Duffy going to let it go. But Jack Spidell with the quick shot. He had 3 goals against Chaminade on Tuesday. And he has had a performance and a half today. 3 goals. Really leading this St. Anthony's offense. Carragher now. Can give him some room from Thurlow. And this is a Darien team that really struggles to score those fourth quarter goals. I mean, in the recent games they have, but on the season, only 28 fourth quarter goals. Leo wrapping around, shooting and scoring. Michael Leo with the goal, and St. Anthony's continues to roll away with this one.
Yeah, that was his great placement there from Michael Leo, top right corner, and it was just an overall great finish.
Michael Leo, goal number 3 for him this afternoon, his hat trick. And Darien really, it's starting to think about go time, trailing by 4. And a big face-off ensuing. And Dan, Darien's really starting to be falling out these last couple minutes. What do you think the Blue Wave need to do to get back into this game?
Well, something they're trying here is mixing up matchups a little bit. If they get a win from Comiskey here, which is great, but you see Wilson out there taking the face-off wing, and they've moved Jerry Stafford down low to guard Michael Leo. I think they're just looking for a little bit more quickness down with their close defense. You're going to use Ivanchik on Owen Duffy. Let's try and take away their second best threat with one of our quicker defensemen in Stafford. And then, on the offensive end here, I want to see them go back to Joe Caesar. St. Anthony's, just from a defensive philosophy point of view, is not sliding. They're not sending help defenders. And Caesar has been able to win his matchup in space. Christian Allegro as well. Keep going to it.
Minikis now going to wrap around, shoot that one just high. And possession staying with the Blue Wave. That is a good point. Joe Caesar really has been leading this Darien offense today. 5 goals to his name. And he's going to look to continue to that total. Here's Minikis. Minikis, pick from Finn Picorni. Going to wrap around, shoot that one and score. Matthew Minikis with the goal. And his first goal since the first quarter. Scored the first 2 for Darien. Actually his 4th goal of this game, but scored the first 2. And now picking up another one, cutting into that St. Anthony's lead.
Well, it was the same play just a second ago. He missed the first one, and he got the same pick from Picorni and was able to come back and score.
17-14 still in favor of the Friars of St. Anthony's. And a violation on Naso will be going in the Blue Waves' favor. Riley Strube with the restart.
And Darien has 14 goals today. I'm going to say 12 of them have come out of that set that they just ran. That's with 2 Dodgers set low on the wings with a pick to free your ball carrier up, sweeping above the top. You can see Caesar here getting ready for it, and Allegro's going to partner with him.
And do you think, Dan, that's something St. Anthony's is going to work on in practice this coming week as Snyder makes the save?
I hope so. They've given up 14 out of it. You might want to try and figure out how you're going to try and slow teams down doing that before, but that's been something. Darien's been running that for years with the athletes they have at midfield. It's an offense that really makes sense for them. They've been able to free up Allegro and Caesar both today, a whole bunch. Snyder made a save there, but that is a really good look and shot at goal for Joe Caesar. So,
shot bouncing, quick rebound from Duffy. He's going to get that one pickpocketed from Ivanchik. Great alertness play from the Darien senior, and Brian Martin can't seem to stay with it. St. Anthony's going to shoot that one off of Hagan, the save from him. And possession is going to be staying with St. Anthony's.
Yeah, huge save from Carter Hagan there. Michael Leo had a great look there, but he was unable to finish.
And that was something Ivanchik made the nice stop, was looking to flip the field and passed it over to Brian Martin. Martin just passed his stick, And now the Friars stay on the offense. Keeping it moving now behind the net. Over to Duffy. Up to the top with Ponzio. Ponzio, great performance from him this afternoon. Mike Finnerty, the junior, to UMass. Trot around with the ball. Now the waiting game for Darien. You need to knock that ball loose, turn it over, try to get some offense going. They do not have a shot clock to protect him as they did on Thursday. That one's now down low. Spidell the shot. A big save from Hagen. 5:23 left in regulation. Darien chasing 3 goals. St. Anthony's looking to just run that clock off, maybe get a shot or two if they see the look. Here's Duffy. Duffy going to pass it over. Keep it moving. Giving some room from the Villanova-bound David Ivanchik. All FCIAC first teamer. Duffy has really surged in the past quarter or so, scoring 2 goals. And yeah, had those 2 back-to-back goals for St. Anthony's. There's now Finnerty. Pass it around over to Michael Leo. Leo now being guarded tightly by Stafford. He's going to spin around, shoot that one low, and going 5-hole on Hagen. A big goal from St. Anthony's and Michael Leo. And the Friars continue to score in this one. They're 18th on the afternoon. Michael Leo with the big goal, and Darien is starting to look into that must-score opportunities, and you need to turn it over and get the offense going for the Blue Wave. Violation on Comiskey, and St. Anthony's will get the break. As for Darien, this is their final home game of the 2022 regular season. They still have to take a trip to St. Joe's, Fairfield, Ludlow, and Greenwich this season before the FCIAC and the state playoffs. So their final big out-of-state conference, or big out-of-state contest this season. It's definitely brought them success this year. They played Yorktown, Chaminade, Manhasset, picking up wins in all 3 of those. Brunswick, the out-of-conference down in Greenwich, they fell there, and they fell to New Canaan. There are 2 losses. As for St. Anthony's, they still have 3 home games left against St. John the Baptist, St. Mary's, and St. Dominic, all at home at Cy Donnelly Field on the campus of St. Anthony's, before they will head into their Catholic High School Athletic Association playoffs later this month. Here's Jackson Green now moving it around. Darien, you need to knock that ball loose, get the offense going. Medwar going to try to do that.
This is when most teams would like a shot clock here, especially Darien. But with the high school rules, they don't have it.
That is something a good point to bring up, Cooper. And something that's definitely been talked about for a while at the high school level. Darien played with one on Thursday. That one is up in the air, just past the stick of Hagen. And Carter Hagen will hustle over to be the closest.
And the ref's going to say that Hagen did not touch that.
Great play from Darien. They get the referee's whistle, but now Darien will need to try to capitalize on it. 3:10 left in regulation. They're going to move a little bit quicker than normal, but they need to play smart with it and crispen up on these passes. Can't be making any silly errors. Nice move by Thurlow. We've seen in the past Darien going on these runs late in games, try to surge back into it. Here's Finn Picorni on the outside to Minikis. Minikis making one move, trying to make another. He's quickly getting shoved out by Ponzio. And that one deflected up in the air. He gets his own rebound on it, though. Great heads up by Minikis. Get off over to Picorni. Finn Picorni now. Over to Allegro. Allegro now trying to body his way through, slips on the ground, gets right back up. Now being double teamed. 2 long sticks trying to knock it loose. They can't do that. Minikis going to go down low. Barnett's going to score. Porter Barnett wide open, and he capitalizes for Darien. But they still have a lot of work left to do. 18-15 the score.
Yeah, St. Anthony sent that double team on Allegro. And Allegro was able to get to Minikis, and Minikis realized that and was able to find Barnett right in front with no man on him, and he was able to finish that.
18-15 our score. A big face-off about to ensue between Ty Comiskey and Jordan Naso. If Darien can win this face-off, you know they're going right back to the offense. As Comiskey falling to the ground, putting the body on the line, staying with it. Dan, how big is that face-off win for the Blue Wave?
You know, if Darien's going to get back into this in these last few minutes, the most important part of it is probably going to be Ty Comiskey.
Shooting and stopped by Snyder. A great shot by Picorni and a great job by Minikis to get the rebound. He's now going to take it to the kick. Shooting and scoring is Matthew Minikis. Falling to the ground, Minikis puts another one on the board, and Darien stays alive.
And just a great physical play there from Minikis. He was not afraid to go out there and use the body to get that ball into the net.
18-16, another big face-off from Comiskey and Naso. Comiskey's been in a groove. He's looking to pick up another one. Under 2 minutes left in regulation. Face-off into the open space. Picked up by the long stick of Wilson. He's going to be quickly bombarded, falling to the ground. Flag has been thrown, so Darien will get an opportunity here. Pass over to Strube. Down low, and Picorni scores! Brady Picorni capitalizing on the opportunity, and it's a one-goal game. Cooper, what has been happening with this Darien team?
Well, Jake Wilson got tripped up there, and he got a foul there, so the flag came in, and Darien was able to capitalize, get the ball down to their end, and get the N1 goal. So now they have and now they'll get another face-off here, but this face-off's very big if they want to stay in this game.
So a big face-off win, and Darien has surged in this last 30 seconds or so. 18-17 our score. Comiskey and Naso on the face-off. Once again into the open space. Naso's going to grab it, and he's going to go on the offense. The shot stopped by Hagan. This one now going out of play, staying with the Friars.
And that was a huge save from Hagan, as Naso had a great look there.
Play blown, and a timeout actually is called. And this is really turned into a wild ride. Darien was down 18 to, I think it was 15 or
15.
so in the past couple minutes, and goals from Porter Barnett, Matthew Minikis, and Brady Picorni has gotten it to a one-goal lead. Dan, what have you seen this last 30 seconds or so?
Well, you know, when you can play make it, take it. Comiskey is a player who rides the highs and lows of facing off, you know, very, very severely. When he's going well, he's going really well. When he's not going well, then, you know, sometimes you see some mistakes. They've got him in a groove right now where he is going well, and that's been a critical part of this. He's able to be winning it forward, winning it to space for his wings. It's been, you know, keeping possession right now is huge. You know, so for Darien now, you know St. Anthony's is sitting in this timeout talking about how they're going to kill a minute and 35 seconds. They do not want Darien to get the ball again. So you need to be drawing up how are you going to be doubling the ball if you need to. When, at what point in the clock does Hagan step out so you can free a second pole to go after the ball? Are you going to set that up to be at a spot on the field? Are you going to attack a particular player? There's a lot of ways to go about this. So, you know, Chris Segreta and the defensive staff there have a lot to talk about. We'll see how they come out of the timeout. Sometimes teams might come out straight ahead with their two men on the ball right away to just go straight at the double. They might see if they take a look at what St. Anthony's is in and see if it makes sense to wait a minute. You know, it looks like right now you can see Ivanchik and Stafford both stepping out to where the ball is going to be in. So we'll see who picks it up, and I would imagine it's going to be Duffy or Leo. And once that happens, we'll be looking at a double team.
Carter Hagan already getting a stick on Jack Spidell. And once again, no shot clock in play, so that is not going to help Darien today. But if this was the game on Thursday, that would be going for Darien, if not today. So the play has restarted. Darien with the wide open net. Hagan going to play the extra defenseman. And the ball is knocked loose. Ground ball picked up by Ivanchik. He's going to take it into the offensive zone. Taking it himself, winding up, passing off to Minikis. He shoots, and he scores! The comeback is back. We are tied. Matthew Minikis with the goal. A great transition, steal, and turnover from Ivanchik. And Minikis ties us up at 18.
Well, Stafford just had a great defensive possession there. He was able to poke the ball out of Michael Leo's stick, and he got it right to Ivanchik, and Ivanchik got it down to Minikis, and Minikis finished top left corner.
My Apologies to any stereos I might have just blown out right there. 18-16 this game, 18-15 this game was out about 45 seconds ago. Porter Barnett, 2 from Minikis, and Brady Pokorny have tied us up at 18, and the violation on Naso will get the ball right back to the Blue Wave. Here's Riley Strube now. And the timeout will be called, and this Darien sideline will erupt, and for good reason. We are tied at 18. Cooper, what has happened in this last minute or so from Darien?
Darien has came back with almost 2 minutes left. They scored like 4 goals, and that's huge for them. They stayed strong defensively. Comiskey was able to win faceoffs, get the ball to the offensive zone, and they have just capitalized constantly.
This game is crazy. Dan, how about you? What have you seen?
You know, I think we need to draw attention to the double from Ivanchik and Stafford that was put on out of that timeout, because that's about as well as you can do at any level. You know, you think of trying to take the ball away in lacrosse, and oftentimes people think of it just swinging sticks, but there really wasn't much of a check thrown there at all. It was all done with footwork. You're trying to turn the offensive player back into your help defender so that the two of you can sandwich him. And you saw Leo just trying to fight away from turning back. He knows if he turns back, Ivanchik is there. And Stafford's just able to pop the ball out just by playing smart with his feet. That's what started that whole thing. So that was just an exceptional double. And now out of this timeout, I mean, again, we've said it. Darien's been in this pairs offense, this dodge from the low wing with a two-man game all afternoon. They're racking up goals out of it. To go to something else now would surprise me. You would want to see it with Minikis and a short stick with him. Whatever midfielder has a short stick, go run it with Minikis, or you want to see it maybe with Caesar and Allegro on here on the near side of the field. But I would love to see Darien continue in that set. It's been successful for them all day.
The Never Say Die Darien Blue Wave have fought all the way back into this game. The restart by Joe Caesar. 1:15 left in regulation. We saw this in that New Canaan game where Darien went down, tried to get the comeback, and they had the last second shot, just couldn't convert on it. Now we see Joe Caesar with the ball at X. He's going to slow it down. You cannot make any errors if you're Darien. You cannot give St. Anthony's anything. Patrick Toohey playing the tight defense. Everyone on their feet here at Darien High School. 50 seconds. Joe Caesar.
Darien definitely taking their time. They don't want to lose a possession and give it back to St. Anthony's with some time to score.
Caesar now slowing it down once again, making his way to the near wing. Toohey playing the defense, the junior for St. Anthony's. 5'8" on the smaller side. Makes a move there.
But now the offense has shifted into that look we were talking about.
Here's Caesar now, taking it up the middle.
And smart play there from Caesar. He didn't want to force a pass to Allegro.
18 seconds, over to Minikis. Minikis making a nice spin move. He's going to get tripped up. Stay with it. Shoot. And that one is through a deflection. 10 seconds left. Allegro's going to try to pick it up. He can't. He gets shoved to the ground. And the timeout is not. There's no timeout. It stays with Darien on that. And Allegro with the restart. 7 seconds on it. He's getting touched by two. He's going to wrap around, shoot, and score! And the time with 0.6 left, Darien will complete the comeback. 19-18. The flag has been thrown. Christian Allegro with the goal. Some extra seconds wind off. And oh my God, Christian Allegro with the goal with time expiring. And Darien will take the 1-goal lead. You got to assume the penalty on maybe the excessive celebration. But if you're Darien, that's a penalty you're fine taking.
Yeah, with 0.6 seconds left, there's not much anything St. Anthony's can do with that penalty.
And the timeout taken by head coach Keith Weiserick and St. Anthony's. Once again, the rules similar to basketball. If you get the shot off before the clock expires, it counts. So the refs will be looking for that. 0.6 seconds left. Darien has surged all the way back in the final 2 minutes. Matthew Minikis with goals. Porter Barnett, Brady Pokorny, and Christian Allegro with the big one. And Darien has the 1-goal lead on St. Anthony's. I mean, crazy is an understatement for what has just happened in this final 2 minutes, guys.
That was unbelievable. And that's what Christian Allegro goals look like, right? Like, he gets that ball, he decides he's sweeping, and then it's just, he looks like a man on a mission. There's no amount of contact that's going to knock him off his dodging path. He just loves to put his shoulder into people, free his hands just a little bit, and just snap these quick releases off on the dodge that are just super hard to track, right? Because he's got his shoulder into a defender 1 second, and a step later the ball is out. So, that's what makes him so effective. And when he was able to get to that space to his right, to his strong hand, where he wants to be, it's where they've had success all day. Between him and Caesar, just an unbelievable day for the two of them and for Minikis out of those sets to make this happen.
So they are having an issue with the clock right now. I think they're going to add time to it than the 0.6. I think they were saying 1.5 or so they're going to add to it.
And St. Anthony's is just going to pile up as much of a mess in front of the goal as they can, basically, depending on how much time they put on here. But there's not even really time for a pass and deflection. You just got to put it on net and have it bounce off of somebody and go in. You can't try and really catch and redirect. I don't know if 1 second is enough for that.
So I think they're still figuring out the clock. I think it's going to be about and we're going to see a timeout taken by head coach Jeff Braymeyer and Darien. They're going to talk over some final things. 1.5, there we go. That is what they were extending the clock to, because you could definitely tell after the Allegro goal, a couple seconds ticked off a little too much, but 1.5 left. That is enough time for St. Anthony's to throw a shot on net and deflect it. Once again, they're going to throw a shot on net, and it's going to be one of their guys that needs to deflect it and beat Carter Hagan on it. But this past 2 minutes has been crazy, and you're watching the DAF Media Network. Braden Schenk, Cooper Puff, and Dan Arestia with you. So glad you could be with us for this exciting game. St. Anthony's 10-1, Darien 10-2. Two top 10 teams in this nation, and it is going to be crazy. Cooper, how about you? What do you think we're seeing in this last second and a half?
Well, I think with that 1.5 remaining, I think it does give, I'm going to guess Michael Leo is going to take the shot here. It does give him some time to maybe get a little more power behind it than rather that 0.6. So that's what I think St. Anthony's going to do there.
How about the mental side of here? What do you think the guys are thinking out there?
Well, I think St. Anthony's, with about 3 minutes remaining, was thinking that they're going to come away with this win, but Darien had other plans, and they were able to come back and take that lead.
Michael Leo with the restart.
And they're going to try and block Hagan as much as they can. They don't want him to see it.
Winds up, bounces it low, shoots, and wide of the net. Time will expire, and Darien will make the comeback and stun the St. Anthony's Friars by the final score of 19-18. They had their back up against the wall, nearly impossible, but the Blue Wave said not today and surged all the way back on a 5-0 run and took down St. Anthony's 19-18. Cooper, I'm going to start with you. What are your final thoughts on this?
Well, I think we definitely have to give props to Carter Hagan. He doesn't get much playing time throughout the year. He came in, and especially in this last couple minutes of the game, he came up huge with a couple of big saves, and that definitely carried over to their offense.
How about you, Dan? Final thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I think this was an unbelievable game. I think you saw some really serious offensive firepower on display today. I thought, for me, the St. Anthony's attack of Duffy and Leo and Spidell is one of the best in America, if not the best in America. And I think you really saw some high-level coaching from the Darien sideline today in tinkering with matchups. We saw Vanchik move from Duffy to Leo. We saw Stafford bump from the midfield down to Leo at times, so Wilson could come up and win ground balls on face-off wings. I thought the way Darien tinkered with their matchups today made a big difference on days where neither goalie really all day saw the ball all that well. That's how you'll wind up with a 19-18 final.
Now, Cooper, what do you think Darien's saying after this one? What do you think they're going to be working on going into next week's schedule?
Well, I think Darien's definitely going to be working on some of their defense. Their offense did look well all throughout the day. They did slow down a bit in the third quarter, but overall, I think they're definitely going to work on their defense and just consistency overall.
And how about you, Dan? What do you think on the St. Anthony's side? They're going to be saying in this, considering with 3 minutes left, they thought that they almost had the win secured in this game.
I think for St. Anthony's, again, we're going to be talking about how defenses could have been better in a game where you have 37 goals. But, for them, I think they need to think about situations where they send their help defense from. We talked about Darien put up the 19 today, and they really ran only one or two different offensive sets all day that were meant to kind of disrupt the St. Anthony's help defenders, and they look consistently confused by that at times. So I think for them it's got to start with how are we communicating, what does our off-ball defense look like going forward, because it needs to be better than it was today.
And what a game. Darien with this will go 11-2 on the season. The Friars at St. Anthony's will fall to 10-2. On a bizarre day from Darien High School. This is going to be a game that is talked about for years to come, especially until they meet again next year, but a bizarre one to say the least. I'm going to give one final shout-out to our DAF Media production crew this afternoon. Connor Sini, Kate DeMark, Cole Murphy, Chris Fallon, and Harrison Bell, our DAF Media Advisor, Damian Andrew, and Bruce Ferguson. So for our entire production crew, Cooper Puff, Dan Arestia joined alongside me. Once again, your final score, Darien 19, St. Anthony's 18. Saying so long from Darien High School, I've been Braden Shank, and we thank you for watching this production of DAF Media, the joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We'll see you next time.